Hello. Hello. Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome to the Monterey Bay Aquarium live here on Twitch and YouTube. My name is Emily. I'm part of the social media team here at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. I am the character Monty Ray that you see on the screen right now. Ta-da! But of course, I am never alone, although I am alone on my island right now because Pat has not seen the newly renovated. I'd say it's like 73.5% completed.
Wow, I wasn't,
Monterey Bay
I didn't
Island.
realize that you'd done the full survey down to, down to at least one decimal point.
I've been working on it, and then we hit that little speed bump where we weren't sure if we were going to be able to stream Animal Crossing for a little while there. So then I went through a big sad and just stopped
Emily.
working on it, and then got a little bit of a wind to get some more of it done yesterday. But it's almost there. But I figure, you know what? Everybody needs a little bit of joy in their life right now, so I made a dream address code, which I'll be putting in the chat later.
That's right, everybody. The long-awaited dream code.
Yeah.
We heard you. We listened to you. We
did
got
it.
distracted by a bunch of other things that we had to get done. But now the dream code is back, everybody.
Excited.
Emily, you want to introduce me again real quick so I can hop in?
Yeah, so the other voice that you are hearing is, as always, I am never alone. I am joined by my coworker, my colleague, my friend, my buddy, my pal, our terrible boy, Pat.
You're a terrible boy.
My terrible boy.
What's up, everybody?
He's at his house across the bay. And we're gonna get him to fly in here very shortly to see the island for the very first time because he has not seen the island since I changed it up.
Apparently, I'm much louder than you, Emily. So I'm
I'm so
adjusting
sorry
my
about
volume
that.
here. Mocking Dragon.
Yeah, I
510.
can lower. I can always lower Pat. Let me know if that's better because it
Is
was
that
reading,
better, everybody?
reading about the same in OBS, so I bumped him down a couple decibels there.
All right. Well, hopefully that works. But hey, everybody! Thanks so much for joining us here on the stream. I want to say hello to everybody there on the Twitch chat. I want to say hello to everybody that is over there on the very vibrant YouTube chat going on right now. Thanks so much, everybody, for being over there. It is my natural voice.
He's a loud boy. I'm
people
a
were
soft-spoken
standing 6 feet
girl.
away from me anyway, pre-quarantine, to be able to hear me at a reasonable volume. So nothing really has changed in my life. But thanks so much for everybody being there. Just really quick, wanted before anybody else, the Ellen Pro Truth. Oh, come on, buddy. Wasn't that bad? It could have been BO as well. But in any case, everybody, welcome to another Monterey Bay Aquarium educational gaming stream. And Emily, I just wanted to take a moment here before we really get started to really say, and if YouTube is watching, which I see it is right now, but just know that we had an amazing time on Giving Tuesday doing some Among Us gameplay on Twitch, where we were able to raise some funds for the aquarium. And that was thanks to all the community over there that joined us on Twitch. So thank you so much for doing that. Really, really amazing. Can't thank you enough. It was very emotional, and I kind of cratered the next day because it was so intense. So thank you, everybody.
I know that we say it a lot, but I always feel like we don't say it enough. You all are such a huge part of why we love our job. Just this community is so welcoming and supportive, and y'all are the best, and we love you. So just huge Thank you for all of that support that was on Tuesday, whether you donated or you were just there supporting us in that way. It's a weird time right now. Not everybody has the means to donate, and so we love and appreciate every single one of you so much. So, yes. Well,
So
on
just
that
wanted-
mushy note.
Yeah, no, just want to say thank you so much, everybody. We love you all very much. This is so this is so much fun to be able to spend some time with you. And I didn't know if we would address it directly, but I guess we can. So Nintendo came out with some guidelines around streaming Animal Crossing. So if you are interested in doing so, we would like everybody to refrain from offering up links to the donate page or tickets to the aquarium. We don't have those, but like the shop or anything like that. So we can stream Animal Crossing as long as we're staying in the game and we're promoting Animal Crossing and having fun learning about the ocean and land, fossils, etc. Everything that we've been talking about here on these streams. But there's just some new language around fundraising and other things like that. So these streams are going to stay all gamey, all fun, all Animal Crossing, all internal there, sharing our love of the game and all of the cool critters that are in there. But that's the main difference. You'll see you won't be seeing those Nightbot commands there on the side or those classic plugs that you may have enjoyed. So that's the main difference. But maybe I don't know that, Emily, because apparently there's a whole bunch of difference on your island that I don't know anything about. And I'm just here at the airport. I'm getting ready to fly over to take a quick look. I'm noticing, Emily, it's chilly over there. You got some fall leaves falling.
Yes.
Lots has changed
the
over there.
The leaves are falling. I'm on the wrong day. I'm at the wrong time because I wanted you to experience kind of what people are going to experience if they visit here with our dream address code. So.
Oh, yeah. It's November 18th over where you are, but it's December 4th where I am.
December 4th
my goodness
here.
gracious.
Yeah. So you're going to travel back in time. Also,
Well,
I made everything all fall themed and stuff because I was hoping to have the island ready for Thanksgiving, and then we couldn't stream. And so now it's still a fall island because I want you to see what it looks like before I decide to change everything to wintry Christmas. So.
Sounds good. And for the folks out there, you may know that we're currently in the many days of Crustmas. There are a lot of people posting crustacean memes over there on Twitter. We'll try to focus on those holly bays that we've got going on with some.
Oh no, I forgot to put a wetsuit in my inventory. Oh, I'll do that later.
Shall I come and join you on the?
Yes.
On the thing. Oh my goodness. And so by the way, YouTube chat, just very quick. I see a lot of very excited folks. Bibarel with all of those exclamation points there on the end, and Madison and a bunch of other folks that are coming in over there. We're not going to be talking a whole lot about Animal Crossing itself, just so you know. So I know that there's a lot of folks that are very excited to have us weigh in about who's a better island neighbor and different characters and stuff. Prepare to be extremely disappointed.
I'll weigh in on that, but
sure. Emily's actually played the game, so if you have a question, just tag Emily there in the chat there. YouTube.
I've put in way too many hours into this game, especially at the beginning of quarantine. It was rough there. It was it was rough, fam.
Well, I think Animal Crossing is a zero-sum game because I've done a negative amount of gameplay compared to that. But yeah, so everybody they're joining us. Oh, and I can see a few folks here in the chat here becoming aware of Christmas, and they're starting to all become crabs, as we mentioned.
If I go to my home screen, it'll be fine. Here, let's shame Emily.
No, we're gonna celebrate Emily right now.
Apparently, over 590 hours.
590 hours, Emily. That's like
I told you it was bad.
That's like more than a couple of days.
That's a lot.
Oh
no. Okay, well, I'm about to have a lot of friends.
What'd you do? Did you?
I forgot that it shows the friend code when it pops up. Whoops.
Well. If you want, Emily, do you want to stop this? Do you want to stop this stream over everywhere, and then we'll restart it?
No, it's too late. It's on the internet now.
We'll change it after the stream.
Yeah, well, I don't think I can change it. That's okay. If I ignore all of your friend requests, I'm sorry.
No, we're not going to start and restart the stream. Emily just
It's too late.
So see, Emily, trying to shame yourself into how much you've played the game. Now you're going to have all of these friends around the world who want to go and play.
That's okay. It's not because I don't want to be friends with you all. It's because it's the work account that the friend code popped up on, and we have to keep the work account one for work. If it was my personal one, I wouldn't care. But whoops. Oh.
It's all good, everybody. Hey, can we get some GGs in the chat for all of us discovering how to play games together at the same time?
Can we get some GGs for my face is about as red as Monty Ray's.
I can feel the heat. So I'm turning down my thermostat here. Yeah. It's all good, Emily. Are
you coming to the island or not, my dude?
I keep waiting for an invite, but then we keep getting sidetracked with other business, and now we're revealing friend codes to everybody else. I mean, I thought I was the friend coming over. Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm going to join the island. We're going to go take a look and see what Emily's been up to.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah, moving right along.
Also, Pat, did you notice on the stream that I finally fixed the Discord, so now it actually shows when I am talking and you are talking, and not just my icon highlighted at all times.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right? I know. Sorry, that was me patting myself on the back there because it took way too much effort to do that.
I'm always patting myself.
All right. A messy observationist Ricketts is arriving from Monterey Row. Yay.
Here we go.
Let me know as well if the game audio is too loud or too quiet.
Oh my goodness.
You're flying.
Look at this. Look at that giant mushroom. Can we go hang out by the mushroom?
We can hang out everywhere. We can do a little island tour. I have a special
Goodness
spot
gracious,
for
Emily,
you.
what have you done?
I went crazy there, Pat. We had a real rough spot at the beginning of quarantine and then about a month ago, and so this is the results of that. That's why there's 590 hours poured into this.
Sorry, I'm just over here on YouTube chat real quick, everybody. Hey, if the folks over in the chat can chill a little bit, otherwise we're gonna have to turn it off. So yeah, let's keep things focused on questions maybe related to the gameplay or marine science questions over here. Really appreciate that. So thanks everybody. In the chat, let's keep it focused on the game and marine science, otherwise I'm gonna have to turn it off. Thanks everyone. Okay, hey Emily, I'm on your
don't mind me,
island.
I'm just doing some social mediaing over here, you know.
Yay. Very excited.
My new favorite emote, the ta-da. Yay. Anyway, welcome to the new Monterey Bay Island.
Yeah, hey Monterey. And by the way, I'm Ricketts over here from Monterey Row Island. In case you folks are just joining us, this is the first time you're tuning in here on the stream. Welcome everybody to some educational Animal Crossing. Let's do it, Emily. Let's go.
Let's do it. Welcome. Right. So, where do we want to go first?
I don't know, but I saw a big mushroom, and it has not rained here. Oh, hey, Emmy is on. Hello, Emily, from the Field Museum. Hope you're doing good. Look at this mola.
Yeah, we had to have a welcome
there's
mola.
Ducks. There's molas.
Oh, Pat.
Amazing.
Oh, Pat.
Wait, I'm just looking
ducks.
at the. Oh my gourd! I'm looking at the stacked pumpkins. Hold on. Oh my goodness gracious! Oh, sorry, we can bench that conversation for another time. Oh, there's a bike over here. It looks like my bike.
It does look like your bike. I did do that.
That's my bike. I have a white bike. I have a white bike. I call it the Mola Becan because it's got mola stickers all over it.
So this is our new little octopus neighborhood over here, where we have Marina and Zucker and Octavian. Awesome. I'm still working on the beaches around the island, so we still have kind of the same setup down there that we had before. But our house is moved. Our house is now over here.
You moved the house
I moved
completely?
The house. I moved
Well,
all
hold on.
of the
I'm looking.
houses.
Okay, so this is still the Chinese fishing village.
Yes, this is still the
correct?
Chinese fishing village.
And
We're
for the
gonna.
folks wondering, this is the historic. This area is a recreation of the historic Chinese fishing village that was located where the aquarium is currently located. Along Cannery Road there. They established it in the 1850s there, and this is a lot of dried squid and octopus, and there would have been dried abalone out there along the way as well. So I know, Emily, that this island has been very Monterey Cannery Row themed historically. So for folks wondering.
It's still going to be that way. I've just decided to get more detailed in it. I attempted to get more of the drying racks during the last fishing tournament and got 24 different prizes from CJ and got not a single drying rack from him, the jerk.
Wow. Come on,
so
CJ.
I gave up. I gave up on that for right now, and we'll try again. We'll try.
Oh,
again
and people
later
are noticing that the octopus neighborhood, it is thematic to have the dried calamari hanging out here, but also potentially rather gruesome, or maybe not. Maybe for our octopus neighbors to know a little bit about, because it's something that they might enjoy eating.
Allie, please send me yours. Yeah, so this is our little octopus neighborhood now, and it's gonna get a little bit more detailed and expanded, and we'll get our Chinese fishing village here a little bit more built up.
That's awesome.
But then if you go up here, so that's the way to go to the other octopus houses over there. But then we have Monty Ray's house.
Goodness gracious, Emily.
Hanging out over here. Do you see?
I feel like wait, hold on. Standing right here with the pumpkins, I feel like I'm looking at about 200 hours of work right here.
No, that was maybe an hour or two for a great.
Oh, okay.
But do you see what's on the door?
Is it the mushroom wreath that I gave you last time?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my goodness! Yay! Oh wait, I actually just learned a new. Emote. Hold on. I learned a new one. Just now, before you even look at me go.
Yay. Oh, that was my favorite. It's Glee. I love that one.
That's Glee. Yes.
Yeah.
Which I think is funny because we posted a Glee themed meme earlier on our social medias. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Sorry, missing some comments there in the chat. Want to make sure we're answering your questions if you have any.
Slay. Oh, I can never do it. I'm so sorry. I mess it up every single time. Sammy Slay. I don't have a Monterey Canyon theme anywhere, but I am going to make another account, and we're gonna build Embari on our island. That's the plan anyway. Is that we're gonna have another house on the island and make that the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that, which means that we'll have to do a lot of fishing for deep sea animals so that I can just fill the entire house with them. Yeah, so we can go down here. Just
this is awesome, Emily.
Couple of ducks around.
Just a few ducks.
Just a couple of friends. With the white ducks.
Is there an Elmer Fudd reference somewhere around? Be very, very quiet.
I'm hunting wabbits. There's no wabbits.
That's true.
But
isn't there Daffy Duck hunting season at some point with Elmer Fudd? Am I making that up?
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
The white ducks, I think, look like seagulls. So
they do.
There are going to be a lot of seagulls around there.
And we saw a whole bunch of ducks the other day, Emily. For those of you folks out there who may be able to visit the shoreline here at some point in the wintertime in Monterey Bay, we saw a whole bunch of surfing ducks, the surf scoters that live here along the shore. So Emily and I and Rachel, we all got to go out and take a closer look at some of the beach stuff. We saw some curlews.
So many scoters.
So many scoters. We saw little sanderlings going here. Here's my sanderling impression. Ready? Da, 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 da. Ha, da, da, da. I'm going to grab a whole bunch of short crabs. Oh, I'm running away. Oh, and I'm back. I'm looking for short crabs. And I'm running away. And I'm going back for short crabs. That's what the sanderlings were doing.
I'm very excited because I'm going birding on Sunday.
Yeah,
so.
the surf scoters, though, Emily, if you can see me here, they were doing
see
this.
you there because I don't have my wetsuit on.
Wait, hold on. If I'm here.
There you go.
See me? Yeah. This is what the surf scoters were doing, remember? They were doing this. Oh, there's a wave. Whoosh. And then, whoosh. I'm a surf scoter. I'm a duck. I'm also diving down to eat the sand crabs. Yes, that's my surf scoter impression. That's what we saw at the beach, everybody.
Yay.
It's a whole lot of fun.
Fiore, the person, I'm going to make a Rachel Carson account because that's what one of our research vessels is named. It's named after Rachel Carson. So Rachel Carson is going to be the other house on the island, the owner of the Mbari house here. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm very excited about birding on Sunday to see all of the birds out there. It's been a while. It's been a while since I stared at my feathered friends.
Speaking of feathered friends, Madison asking over there on YouTube who runs the Twitter account. That's us.
That's us.
So if you see tweets about tweets, that'd be because of us.
Yeah.
What else, Emily?
I have a little plant shop, a little herbarium.
There are so
over
many
here.
ducks. What are you doing?
Well, this one kind of looked like a surf scooter, so I put it over here.
Emily,
yeah.
Here, stand right there real quick. I got to talk to chat real quick by myself.
Okay.
I think Emily has quacked. That was it. That was my duck pun.
Okay.
Was there... No. Oh, that's right. You couldn't hear me. That's why you're not laughing.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you weren't.
I haven't been using the pun button like this entire time.
Yeah, did you?
I didn't even reset it. Beans.
Beans. But did you hear what I told chat? No, you didn't. I said that you quacked.
Oh well.
Because of all the ducks. Get it? I mean, I'm so down for all these ducks, but yeah, you know.
I just like to think that I'm 1 in a billion.
That's great. I kind of feel like running around and just going duck, 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 and then hoping for a goose at some point. Oh, and it froze, so I didn't hear the joke. I said Emily quacked. Fiore, sorry. Emily, do you want to describe to the folks maybe like what's so important about ducks in the winter? Because here along the area, I mean, it's not just ducks, but like we have a lot of really cool ducks, mergansers, surf scoters. Those are all kind of hanging out. And then, buffleheads, etc. over at Elkhorn Slough. And then there's just also a whole bunch of wintertime bird activity, like when the loons start showing up and when they're singing. Obviously, those are the Looney Tunes, and you know that they're on. Sorry, that's all, folks. And yeah, tell us a little bit about wintertime birds, Emily.
Well, we're really lucky, in so many ways here in Monterey Bay because we have this... just you wait, Pat. I have a very special spot.
Do you have a diving board for me?
For diving. I do have a diving board.
You have you have a diving board for me?
I have a diving board for you.
All right, I give you a prompt for some science communication, but then you gave me a diving board?
Yeah, then I give you a diving board. It's friendship.
I want to go jump on it now.
I know you do.
I want to go jump on it
while we talk about ducks, I'm going to go get a wetsuit.
Okay.
But
I'll hang out by this duck.
Okay. One of the many, many reasons why I love Monterey Bay is because we're right along the Pacific Flyway, which is a really, really important stop for birds, either on their migrations during the spring and the fall. And we're also a hub for a lot of birds who overwinter here. We're fortunate to have really rich waters, which can host a lot of animals, both in the bay itself, but also in the wetlands and the estuaries and everything nearby. So a lot of birds will overwinter here and hang out for the winter time. They rely on a lot of the kelp that gets ripped up during the winter too. There we go. We'll do that suit today. So during the wintertime, we get these big swells, these big storms that roll through the area that rips up the kelp, washes it up onto the beach, and that's called beach rack. And that beach rack can help feed a lot of shorebirds. Not so much the kelp itself most of the time, but the bugs that eat the decaying kelp. So then all of these animals will be feasting on the kelp that's up on the shore, and then the birds will come and feast on those bugs and other little arthropods and little crustaceans and amphipods and isopods and all of that jazz that comes to feast on the kelp that's up on land there. So really, really cool time to go birding in Monterey Bay is during the fall and the winter. You get to see all those birds on their migration. If you go a little bit inland, you get to see like the sandhill crane migration too, which I saw that for the first time when I was in Tucson, when I was living in Tucson, going to college there. The sandhill cranes don't migrate to Tucson itself. They migrate to Wilcox, which is just southeast of Tucson by, it's like an hour and a half-ish drive. And so
are there a bunch of roosters named Bill over there?
No.
Sorry, I hadn't talked in a minute.
I know.
Keep
you
going.
got it.
Proceed.
But the kind of the most, like, you can see the sandhill cranes all day long, but the most impressive is when you watch them leave in the mornings to go and feed and forage during the day, because they all roost together in certain areas, or when they're coming back from eating all day long, they come back and we'll all come together in the same area, and there's these huge flocks of thousands of birds. And so I decided that I really wanted to see this, and so in order to get out to Wilcox by the time that the birds were waking up and leaving in the morning, I had to leave my house at like 4 a.m. So it's just me, just a singular bird nerd in my little car driving out to Wilcox to see some birds. And I was just like, there's only a certain flavor of people who would wake up at 4 a.m. to hear the sandhill cranes leaving for the day. But it's really a cool experience if you ever get to go watch the sandhill crane migration. They are very noisy. You always know when they are nearby because they make these little caw sounds. And so it's like a
Whoa, Emily, step away from your microphone and do that again, because you clipped your audio clipped because it was too high pitched. I think
beans.
you clipped after the first. So try it
like
again.
little...
You clipped again. Go further back.
Further, okay.
Further back even. You keep clipping. That's awesome.
I'm like 10 feet away from the mic at this point, Pat.
So good. I mean, it makes sense that you would clip at the upper end. It is a crane after all, but my goodness.
Oh, it's not clipping for them. It's just clipping over Discord.
Clipping for them. Oh, okay. It was just clipping for me. Then. Well, I'm glad I got you to do it 3 times.
I was like, is this just an elaborate trick? I think it might be. Anyway, sandhill crane migration. They fly a huge distance across America. So if you happen to be here in the United States, chances are there is a certain period of time when you can see the sandhill crane migration somewhere near where you are. So that's my plug for sandhill cranes. Anyway, Pat, do you want to keep on exploring the island?
Yeah, let's keep doing it. I just wanted to address some questions that we had over there, and I feel like I just gotta say this real quick. Bibaril over on YouTube, I really appreciate the enthusiasm, but you don't. It's okay to comment a little bit less there. Let other people kind of hop on there so we can read the questions. Thank you. So we had a question while we run over to go see some other stuff there. Emily, are there any birds out here that the question is, are there any birds out here that are detrimental to the fish life from Bourgeois 2001 or Buzwa? But I would maybe rephrase that as what is the effect that seabirds and Monterey birds have, like the seagulls, etc. What do they have? What kind of effect do they have on the local fish? Because we often look at the whales and the seals and sea lions and sharks, etc. in the ocean, those sort of larger animals as having a huge impact. But seabirds, not just the thing flying around in the background, they're no slouches when it comes to being a critical part of the habitat, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's kind of like the way we talk about healthy habitats in the ocean. You're always going to find sharks. A healthy habitat on land, you're always going to find birds. And that includes the ocean too. You're always going to find birds in healthy ocean habitats as well, up on the surface of the water. So for the birds here in Monterey, especially, there are, when we get the big blue whales and humpback whales and everything coming into the bay to eat the sardines and the anchovies. They're out there eating the sardines and the anchovies as well. We get birds that fly thousands of miles to come here, like the black-footed albatrosses and the laysan albatrosses, to hunt the squid that comes into the bay. We even have birds out here that eat the jellies. Northern fulmars, especially, they love eating jellies in the bay. So like right now there's a bunch of jellies. I know, Pat, that's something that you've been mentioning on a lot of the streams lately, is that out there in the bay there are so many sea nettles, just a huge smack of them out there right now. So there's a good chance that there are birds that are eating those jellies too, which can help control jelly populations. That's really important. Jellies can tend to overwhelm an area if there are no predators nearby to chomp down on them. So they're out there with the molas and the sea turtles, and the birds are chowing down on the jellies as well. And then, of course, up on shore, the birds are playing their part as well. One of the most important things that birds can do for the ocean is actually not what they're eating, but what comes after eating, which is pooping. So they're
yes, I recognize you, Sandwich. I've laid waste to you. No, that's not a typical conversation for me. But yes, seabird, guano, very important.
Yeah, seabird guano is super important. As these birds are pooping, their guano is basically like fertilizer. Fertilizer for the ocean, fertilizer for things growing on land. In fact, so much so that people used to go out and collect bird guano, specifically seabird guano, because it was such a good fertilizer that farmers wanted to use it. So they're making fertilizer out of seabird guano.
That's right.
Caused a lot of problems, especially out at like the Farallon Islands, where you have huge seabird colonies that are nesting out there. Causes a lot of problems for birds like the African penguins. They, in part are endangered because there are harvesters collecting their guano to create fertilizer, but African penguins actually use that guano that has built up over, decades and decades and decades to actually create little kind of burrowy nests for themselves to lay their eggs in. And those eggs can kind of overheat if they don't have that shade, that shelter from the intense sun in South Africa. And so it caused a lot of problems for African penguins that ways. So birds, even their poop, very, very important to the ocean and to life on the planet.
Yeah, and that's one of those things where I was mentioning earlier the Chinese fishing village that is being mimicked over there on the island that was here in Monterey. But obviously before that, for tens of thousands of years before that, there were the Esalen, Rumsen, and Loni people living around here, and for many places all around the world, people have been using seabird guano as fertilizer and as to help out with plant crops, etc. But once it started being commercially harvested, like you're mentioning there with those African penguins, and I know someone is mentioning here in chat, Allison Morales, there's an issue there in Peru. Yeah, there's a bunch of different areas where where seabird guano is just mined out and used in industry. And so obviously at that commercial scale, at that exploitative scale, there's not enough birds to then poop enough to have just layers of that lined up for people to collect. And so and then obviously there was hunting of those birds, collecting of their eggs, etc. But yeah, that fertilizer, that thing, what you're mentioning, Emily, what is fertilizer to us, for those African penguins you were mentioning, it is actually a burrow for a lot of those African penguins. And it not only that insulation, like I don't really think of like of guano as being like a good insulator, but I guess it's pretty good because it helps protect them from overcooking their eggs. And I also was learning that it's antimicrobial, so it helps create sort of like this sterile environment for the eggs to grow up in, because they can get infections otherwise. It also it being white helps bounce off the sunlight too, so it doesn't get too hot in there. So really incredible to think about, penguins burrowing into their own guano to make their nests, and just to think about how much bird poop is meant to be just around that's not around. And so this was actually, while you're describing all that stuff, Emily, you reminded me, Animal Crossing doesn't have any birds in it in any like meaningful capacity. So I'm actually now beginning to fully understand the genius behind having all of your birds there, Emily. You're bringing the birds back. We did it during Black Birders Week, bringing the birds back. That's awesome. How is it antimicrobial? Just the amount of that white part to the guano is uric acid. And so it's there's not a whole lot that enjoys living full time in uric acid, let me tell you.
Yeah, and your boy Splendens over on Twitch, you're absolutely right. The battle for bird guano was the main cause for a war between Chile and Peru, the War of the Pacific. Really, really fascinating stuff.
Wow.
In case people want to read up on that. I saw another question. It was over on YouTube about leatherback sea turtles coming into the bay. And so leatherback sea turtles will travel thousands of miles. They'll be hanging out in Japan and then swim all the way across the Pacific Ocean to come here to Monterey Bay to chow down on the jellies. We don't see them often. We definitely don't ever see them from shore. But if you're ever out on a boat in the bay, every now and then people will spot leatherback sea turtles out there just feasting on the jelly smacks.
That's right. And when the jelly smacks don't come into the bay, researchers can know where the jellies are by just inferring from the tags on leatherbacks. Yes, Emily.
Trooper has once again synced her bathroom schedule up with our streams.
Okay. I'll talk for a minute.
Yeah, she's Trooper Pooper right now. I'm going to go let her outside, and I will be right back.
Sounds great, everybody. All right. Hey, everybody. Now that Emily is gone, it's your boy, Pat.
Hey, what? No.
Welcome here. Whoa, hold on. She's still... Oh, she's still...
All right. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Behave,
all right, everybody. Now it's just me and your boy. Terrible, Pat. Thank you so much for being there, everyone. Let me see. There are a few questions over there. So, what are your favorite animals to work with at the aquarium? Or the ones that are harder to work with than others? We love all of the animals at the aquarium. We love all of the ocean. Right now, we're talking about some birds, and I got to say, the birds are some of my favorites. We've got a lot of really amazing bird species, not limited to the penguins we've talked about. African penguins, a critically endangered species that the aquarium is working hard to help protect out there in the wild, alongside other zoos and aquariums, and an incredible organization in South Africa known as SANCCOB, the South African Foundation for Conservation of Coastal Birds. SANCCOB, SANCCOB .org is a great place to go and help support penguins so anyway, we love the animals here. Right now we're talking about the birds. And since Emily is still gone, I feel like I can finally open up. No, I feel I don't know. I feel like I finally open up to all of you folks about. Oh, Emily! Oh my goodness!
Oh, sorry.
You're back.
I'm back.
Okay, well, till next time, everybody. Do they have uric acid sitting in their gullet as they're using their bodily processes? the uric acid is just the highly concentrated, not hydrophobic, but basically no water in there, nitrogenous concentrate that you get. You can either have like fish that are getting rid of basically pure ammonia because they've got access to all that water. Then you've got us using urea, which does require some water at least to get our nitrogenous waste out. But then birds, they use uric acid as a water concentrating mechanism. So I'm pretty sure it's in their intestines, just sitting around over there. Yeah, I don't think we have to talk too much about how poop is formed in birds. We should save that for a time when we have an aviculturist, because I'd love to learn more about that.
Yeah, maybe we can have Susan on, and she can talk about bird poop more.
Yes. Question over there on YouTube. Do sunfish require medication to rid themselves of parasites? How are medicines applied? At the aquarium, it's not that big of a deal, but we do freshwater baths with some of our animals, like the giant sea bass when they get parasites. In the wild, sunfish are going to need birds sometimes that land on them to pick off some parasites. They'll also be cleaned by cleaner wrasses like senoritas, white perch, and the like. And I've actually seen a lot of those out here in the Monterey Bay recently at cleaning stations, little mini molas being pecked clean by senoritas and white perch out here, and sharp-nosed perch too.
Pat, I decided I want to take you the other way.
Where'd you go?
Follow me. Run down.
Okay, you're
running down.
Running down. Running down. Running down. There's a duck over there on the dock. There's a duck on the dock. It's duck.
Duck is very good.
Duck is the fastest growing social media plan amongst social media company growing amongst mallards. Oh, I'm huge on Duck. It's a Friday stream.
It is a Friday stream. Where are we going, buddy?
There's my bike.
I'm
just looking.
Okay, back to the entrance.
Okay.
Here we go.
Mola.
Check.
Oh, got your ukulele over here.
Yeah, just in case you need to jam, you can just.
Nice. All right, where are we going?
We're gonna go this way, to the Salinas Valley.
Post office. Oh, to the Salinas Valley over east of Eden.
Yeah. So, this area is still a little bit under construction. But we have the Salinas River over here.
Cool.
The Salinas Valley.
Oh, and this is the Highway 1. Well, just call this the Highway 1 overpass.
Yeah.
When you're driving over the Salinas River.
And then we have, of course, the apple orchards that are out there.
Yes. Salad bowl of the world. Salinas Valley. Shout out to all of the workers out there who collected all the food for everybody during these incredibly difficult times through the fires, through COVID and everything. So thank you, everybody out there. If you're watching and know somebody out there involved in that world, thank you.
And then we have a little pumpkin farm, little pumpkin patch here.
Nice.
Of course, out in Salinas. And while it wouldn't necessarily be out in Salinas, but it would be right along the shore, Pat. I have a special area for you. Go ahead.
What's this? What? No. Emily. Is this what I think it is?
It is. I think it is what you think it is.
It's my lab. It's Ed Ricketts' lab. Oh, look at it. Oh my goodness. I'm going to stay here forever. Okay, keep doing the stream. Talk about birds. Who cares? It's Ed Ricketts in his lab. Oh, I'm actually like legit tearing up over here, Emily.
Oh, buddy.
I have a lab. Yeah. It's Ed Ricketts' lab. Oh, that's so awesome. Well, welcome everybody to Pacific Biological Laboratories, located right next door to the Monterey Bay Aquarium along Cannery Road, one of the only historic buildings that remains along that stretch there. This was the home of famed ecologist Ed Ricketts, who wrote Between Pacific Tides, which is basically the marine textbook that inspired the thematic format of the aquarium, talking about ecosystems and habitats. And Ed Ricketts did a lot of science communication to regular people out there in the tide pools with his book, Between Pacific Tides, collecting animal life, describing it, and really putting it into popular or making terms from ecology far more popular thanks to his work. So this is Ed Ricketts' lab right here. And basically, as we've talked about numerous times in Animal Crossing being a Monterey Bay Aquarium simulator, but this is, where Ed would do a lot of his processing of marine life collections that he would then give over to zoos and aquariums, etc. And so we continue that tradition of showcasing the amazing wildlife that we have out here in the Monterey Bay and sharing it with the folks that come to visit us.
Yay.
Great job, Emily. That's so awesome.
Thank you. I don't know if you noticed some of the details in here, but I have jazz playing on the radio.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's switch that over to some Gregorian chant if our friend ZZ has any. This is awesome. Yeah, Gregorian chant was
Did you mean KK?
KK. ZZ top KK. I knew it was a double consonant, and I just winged it. It is a bird stream, after all. I just revealed. Good. So we started off the stream with some embarrassment on your end, Emily, and now I'm over here, red in the face, like a Garibaldi trying to defend its nest. Yeah, KK, of course, that very famous musician that everybody knows. But in any case, Gregorian chant was Ed Ricketts' preferred wind-down music between the loud cacophony of the canneries that he would have around him. But he also listened to a whole lot of music and jazz. And that nod to the jazz there, Emily, If I Know Your Genius, is a nod to the Monterey Jazz Festival that started from within the very halls of the Pacific Biological Laboratories just after Ed Ricketts. So after Ed Ricketts left, Harlan Watkins, who was a local school teacher at Monterey High, purchased that area and then ended up hanging out with a bunch of different people, including a lot of different cartoonists like Hank Ketchum, who drew Dennis the Menace. And that group kind of came up with the idea for the Monterey Jazz Festival. And it's pretty incredible who played there at the lab and then at the Jazz Festival, which then led to the Monterey Pop Festival, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, there's a nod to the Jazz Festival that started from Ed Ricketts' lab.
Yep. Yay. But we also have some boxes for him to ship,
Emily,
ship the things that he preserved. So we got some preservation bottles. And I like that
you have the human skeleton here too, because Ed Ricketts was a physician and did blood work for the Army during World War I and World War II. He was enlisted during both of those wars and served as a medic, basically, or somebody who would basically do all the medical checks for soldiers incoming. Mm-hmm. So that's very cool.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
Emily,
there are a lot of details in here, but now that we have the dream,
I know there's a lot of details in here. It's amazing.
We'll let people discover some of those.
So
cool. But yeah.
Well, I'm gonna write another chapter over here real quick. I'm just gonna go stare at an octopus. I'm gonna hang out back here. Oh, this barrel is just like the one outside for the barbecue pit. This is so great. Everybody, can we get some GGs in the chat for Emily? Because this is really amazing.
Aw, thanks.
The detail.
Thanks, dude. There was a question in the Twitch chat about the Pacific Biological Laboratories being open for tours. It's not right now, but occasionally there are tours for the public through the lab, and Pat, you've actually led some of those tours before.
I've led some of those tours, yeah, especially in the downstairs area of the lab where some of those specimen bottles are. I believe that the lab is changing ownership. It was being run by the city of Monterey. I think that's still the case, but yeah, those lab tours will be resuming obviously when COVID wraps up and we can do such things again. So right now, no lab tours, but I think, yeah, tours are definitely in the future for that space. This is really, really awesome. And again, Ed Ricketts' lab is right next door to the aquarium. So if you're walking along Cannery Row, you can see the real building.
Yep. Shall we continue?
Yeah, let's just check. I'm gonna check the chat real quick.
Yeah.
See, no, I think we've watched. I think we've gotten all of the.
Oh, Wilderness Gay asked about how often Embari collects animals. It really depends. They haven't been going out on boats lately, obviously because being in confined spaces with people, not the best plan to keep COVID numbers down. But they are hoping to go out on some research cruises during the month of December and do some collecting. So it really depends on what's being studied and what the actual need is to collect animals. I know for the most part they try and do as much observation in the field with those amazing ROVs that we have, the Ventana and the Dock Ricketts, so that they don't always have to collect animals. Sometimes the trips out there are purely observational, but they are going to hopefully go out on some collection trips during December, depending on what's happening in the state with lockdown and everything. So we don't know.
Yeah. Lady B Homes, have virtual tours been considered? Yes, but there's no staff at the lab. It's all volunteer based, and so there's no volunteers because of security, etc. As far as I know, so that could be coming in the future. Hasn't been a thing at the moment. Amazing stuff, Emily. Thank you so much for showing me this little space back here. It's awesome.
That's our terrible boy space.
That's my terrible boy space over here. Speaking of your terrible boy, can we go to the diving board?
Yeah, we can go to the diving board.
Yes, diving board time.
It's better.
Going to the diving board, going past the barrel, through the Salinas Valley pumpkin patch. Now we're going to a diving board. That's over a little bit further away.
I also have a maze. Do you want to do the maze?
Oh, that'd be amazing. Sorry, I was lost there for a second. I found you. Is there a hole over there where it rains a lot?
What?
In the maze?
Trying
to figure out if there's a torrential rain happening. I tried to come up with a Minotaur pun. I tried to come up with a Minotaur pun, and my brain malfunctioned halfway through it. But I think some part of that's salvageable. Some part of it is.
Here.
Well, we got to go from the Ulysses to the labyrinth, right? He wrote that, right? The Minotaur. That's his, right? Ulysses, is it? No.
I don't
is it?
know.
I think it's Ulysses and the Minotaur, right? Well, sorry.
Chat
do you
will
have
let
it?
us know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yep. Now I'm trying to come up with a pun related to Pan's Labyrinth, but I couldn't, and all I feel is Pan. Right? Like pain? No. Or maybe there's some bread in there. Maybe there's some softer bread. Never mind. Okay. Theseus and the Minotaur. Who wrote that? It's Theseus who wrote it.
Theseus?
Theseus beat the Minotaur. Who wrote that? Is it Ulysses? No. James Joyce. Theseus. Okay. We'll see how that pans out. Yeah, the side in the background. There you go. Okay, we figured it out. We'll see if this labyrinth pans out. Yes, there it is. Homer wrote the Odyssey. What am I talking about? Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's a Friday stream. This is so embarrassing. Homer wrote, yes, Plutarch. Everybody's just naming writers now. Ulysses wrote his own book. No, Ulysses is in the book. Oh, this is embarrassing. Okay, let's get in there. I'm gonna see if I can lose my.
Follow you.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get rid of my shame somewhere in here. Okay. I can just hop over this. Was I supposed to do that?
I don't know. Were you supposed to do that?
Uh-oh. Oh. Homer. Yes. What was I? Oh. Anyway, there are all these roadblocks, Emily.
I didn't say it was an easy maze.
You're not saying
Okay,
anything.
it was a pretty easy maze. There are some pitfalls that you did miss.
Did I solve it?
Yeah. Why don't you light that little firework there?
How do I do that? Whoops.
Or you can just take it. That's fine too, I guess.
No. It's back. Okay.
I don't remember how to light fireworks. It's been a hot second since I've had fireworks on the island. Can I not light them?
Oh, there we go. Editor Deb coming through with the info. Theseus were written down by such people as Plutarch, a Greek historian, Ovid, Horace, another Roman poet, and many others. The story, however, is likely to be much older, having been passed down the generations by word of mouth. Thank you, Deb, for saving me from that. Okay. My goodness, Celestina, everybody is on it with the mythology. It's just general Greek mythology, the Minotaur. Well, that's what I get for trying to come up with puns, Emily, and subjects that aren't related to the marine sciences. I just confuse myself and forget who wrote what, when, and where.
I only
why.
know certain
but you know,
Greek myths.
It wouldn't be a maze if there wasn't a labyrinthine path to enlightenment. And we finally got there to light the fireworks.
Oh,
Awesome.
Ashley's moving castle has to be on the ground. I forgot about that.
Here, put it on the ground. Let's launch it. Which, by the way, you should not do in California at the moment. It's extremely dry this year.
No, it is extremely dry.
Don't do this IRL.
Oh, no, I don't want you to put it on there.
Here, maybe let's exit the maze. Yeah? I love that you have a maze. These tires are certainly an enjoyable little boom, boom to go all the way through. I also love these mushrooms that are standing up as tall as me.
That's awesome. Right. We haven't seen the mushroom forest yet either. Here.
A small prize for Pat Butts. Hardcore parkour. Oh, I forgot hardcore parkour. Here, let's go back real quick. Go back real quick. Watch this, Emily. Hardcore parkour. Here, I'm coming back. Hardcore parkour. Is anyone tired of that joke yet? Nope. All right, we can leave it alone.
This way.
All right, to the diving board.
To the diving board.
I'll look away first. Oh, a diving board.
You have to run up it, and then you can jump off of it.
Okay.
You can do a backflip off of it.
Oh, dear, a whale. Woo! I did it, Emily.
Yay!
Tiktaalik. And we're back. I'm going to go back. You can backflip off of it, you said? Or a front flip?
Front flip, yeah. You can front flip. Tiktaalik. There are other maze secrets. Ultra.
Oh, dear, a whale.
I messed that one up.
In case you are just joining and wondering why we're saying "Oh dear, oh whale" and Tiktaalik, that came from one of our Abzu streams. If you feel like checking it out, Tiktaalik being one of our famous ancestors, the quote unquote fish that crawled out, but not exactly, but one of those. Oh dear, oh whale being the return of a mammal into the ocean. It goes Tiktaalik out of the water, and then back into the water are things like whales and dolphins and seals and sea lions. And basically you can think of a seal or a sea lion as a marine bear relative, and then you can think of a dolphin and a whale as basically a marine deer, basically. Got some ungulate heritage back there. So that's why we go, oh dear, oh whale. And a sea otter is just a marine weasel, it is a marine weasel. So there's been numerous different re-intros of land life back into the ocean. That was actually something, there was a question earlier about land turtles or sea turtles, and how sea turtles are an organism going back into the water, similar to like a whale or a dolphin, on different timescales and different species paths. All right. That's the explanation of the meme. And I am not getting my timing right on the run.
It took me a second too. For one of those.
Yes!
Yay!
I had a very important announcement. Cannonball! The NBA cinematic universe expands indeed. The Monterey CU. Yes. The MCU.
The MC.
Hey, thanks, Grandmaid7. Good flip. Oh, appreciate you.
Thank you.
Fun fact, if anybody ever needs a fun fact about me for some reason, but I know how to, I've done double backflips into oceans before. On purpose. All right, that's it about me. I love your diving board, Emily. That's the greatest thing ever. I used to spend so much time diving on diving boards.
You only get a certain number of ramps on your island, and I 1,000% dedicated one of those ramps just for that.
I'm melting with all the love that you've put into this stream, Emily.
Yay. Do you want to go see the mushroom forest?
Yeah. Oh, the mushroom forest. Are you kidding me? So everybody, on the last stream over on Twitch, we were talking about mushrooms generally, because this time of year, winter time, is usually when we get a lot of rain. And as you know, when it rains, it spores. And out here in the Monterey Bay area, there's a bunch of different types of mushrooms that you can find. The edible, tasty kind, like porcinis and chanterelles and the like. I don't know. I'm down.
There you are.
Nice.
Yes.
So anyway, we talked a lot about mushrooms on the previous Twitch VOD. If you want to go talk about that, because the mycelial network, the wood wide web, as it were, you got to think about the forests being connected by all of the fungi, growing underground. And when you see a mushroom, that's just the fruiting body of that massive network of mycelia living beneath the ground. Really, really cool stuff to think about. There's this interconnected superhighway of information between trees happening beneath our feet right now. Thanks, mushrooms.
Lady B. Holmes bought Your Inner Fish book that we mentioned in the Abzu streams, and I am so excited for you. Do we have any other book recommendations? So many book recommendations. It depends on what you want to know about. I have way too many book recommendations, but Pat.
Ooh.
This is also our new museum entrance here, and I don't know if you can tell what the ground is.
Wait. Don't tell me. Hold on. No, I'm blanking.
It's a mola. Do you see it with the fins?
Oh.
And then the long head, and it's great.
Emily!
I made a little mola cafe.
When did Monterey Bay Island just become Make Pat's Heart Happy Island? Because this is
because it makes
incredible.
my heart happy too.
I can't even control myself.
There's a little seagull here waiting to steal your food.
There is. Yeah, it's a little Heerman's gull right there, for those of you wondering. Right now, we've got a lot of wintertime Heerman's gulls that are hanging out. They're the ones with the gray bodies, the white heads, the red beaks. And if you are somebody out there walking around with a potato chip or a sandwich and there's a Heerman's gull around, careful, because they might come over, peck you in the face, have you spit out your food, or at least no longer pay attention to where your sandwich is, and they'll take it from you. And that is speaking from personal experience of one less chip that I was able to enjoy in my life. Thank you, Heerman's gulls. You're the best. We had yes, everybody saying Emily, this is such a gift. I see that over there.
Yay. It is my gift to all of you, to our whole community, as a thank you for being so wonderful.
Feels like you did it just for me, but I appreciate it. Oh, there's some baguettes.
There's some baguettes. Of course.
Perfect.
That
One good deed, Emily, baguette's another. Is that a term? Baguette?
Get out of
Deserves?
here.
Oh my goodness. I need to stop.
Well, you heard what because Allie, our coworker and friend Allie, has started her own sourdough starter just recently.
That's right.
It has been named, and it's Frodo Baguettins.
I love that so much. Shout out to Allie.
Shout out to Allie. Shout out to Rachel.
In the chat. Tough, rough, huff. Nicely done. Amazing.
Anyway, this is our new museum entrance there.
This is so great. This is so awesome.
And then we've got over here. It's a little hard to tell from this perspective.
Another mola.
It's another mola. It's
Emily.
I couldn't get rid of Lake Mola Mola entirely, so I just made Lake Mola Mola the entire lake.
This is amazing.
Yay.
That's a lot of love that you're showing everybody. Means we have a guac of mola on this island.
Oh, that reminds me. I still have stuff in my pockets for you.
Here, watch. This is me being a seagull poking out the eyeball of a frozen sunfish on the surface.
Oh.
Thanks, seagulls.
Oh.
Sorry, we should mention seagulls is not a specific term. Gulls is preferred. I know if there's anyone out there who just shuddered, you know what I was trying to say. If you're okay, well, other book recommendations, Lady B. Holmes. I don't know if you've read The Unnatural History of the Sea. That's a very foundational book. I feel like very important to read, to just kind of understand the concept of the shifting baseline of the ocean out there. So highly recommend that. The Unnatural History of the Sea by Caleb Roberts. It's a very, very good book. Obviously, Between Pacific Tides is a fun one.
That's also a good one. Log of the Sea of Cortez.
Oh, that's
the favorite.
My favorite for sure.
Log.
Yep.
Oh no, go for it.
Along the same lines as Caleb Roberts' book, Four Fish. I forget who wrote that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Is a really good example. Four Fish, just kind of understanding generally about the seafood industry is another good one.
If you just want to know about cool ocean life, there's also The Extreme Life of the Sea, which was written by Dr. Stephen Palumbi, who works over at Hopkins Marine Station. Mm-hmm. He also wrote a book called The Life and Death of Monterey Bay, which is a great book too. That's obviously all about Monterey Bay, but The Extreme Life of the Sea is a really fascinating book as well. If you want to know more about penguins and about sand cob, you can check out the book The Great Penguin Rescue, I believe it's called. But it's about an oil spill that happened a few years ago, and about how sand cob recruited people who work with African penguins from zoos and aquariums across the world to come and help them with what was the largest rescue of seabirds ever. So that's a really fascinating book.
Yeah, that'll get you going.
I think there's also a book in case you are a fan of polar bears. I think it's called The Great White Bear. Here, let me look that up.
I heard that one had mixed reviews. It was very polarizing.
Hey, Pat, do you know what kind of bear dissolves in water?
I'm not sure.
A polar bear. That's a little chemistry joke for all my chemistry nerds out there. What up?
Two atoms run into each other. One of them says, I think I lost an electron. The other one says, are you sure? The other one says, yes, I'm positive.
I'm positive. Yeah, the great white bear, a natural and a natural history of them. That's a good
Yep.
one. Yeah, great white bear.
And when I don't know, are the books available for sale right now on our? No.
I don't think so.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we can't talk about that.
Yes.
But yeah. So what else, Emily? Mushroom forest, right?
Mushroom forest. We're going there.
Let's go. That's so exciting. Yeah, so this year is currently a La Nina in our zone, in case you folks are keeping tabs on El Ninos and La Ninas. And yes.
I just wanted to say, look at all these chickens.
Look at all these chickens. Shout out to that lady. I know that she did a recent TikTok of her doing the same thing to her same video. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Emily,
this is an area that
That's
is unfinished, and so I just turned it into a meme. Just look at all these chickens.
What was I talking about, Emily, before?
La Nina.
Oh, La Nina. So a La Nina is usually a colder, drier winter, and that's certainly what we've been experiencing here in the Monterey Bay. The water is very cold in the 50s, which is pretty uncommon this time of year unless we've got that La Nina going. And the air temperature has been a sustained very cold right now, and that also has to do with the La Nina effect. And so this is not necessarily going to be a great year for rain and mushrooms in the mountains here locally, but when you've got extremely wet years or wet parts of the state, for example, like up in the North Coast, you're going to start finding a lot more of these mushrooms with that rain. A lot of the rain hits it needs to soak into the duff, and then the temperature change and the light change will also provide cues to the mushrooms as to when it's time to pop up and start spreading those spores into the moist earth. And we were talking on the last stream about how mushroom spores are an example of what some folks are referring to as atmospheric plankton, where you've got viruses and baby spiders and spores of all types, pollen going around through the air around the globe up at very, very high elevation and traveling around via the wind. So thank you, mushrooms, for those different for your contribution to that. Now, we've got a lot of different types of mushrooms here in these woods that are various forms of delectable or deadly. These mushrooms that you see here in the back, these are look like an amanita type to me. And the ones that we have here locally that look like this, Emily, are the springtime amanita. With many, but very similar to this, is the springtime amanita, which is apparently one of the most tasty mushrooms that we have around, and looking exactly alike, except for a few very specific distinguishing characteristics, is the death cap, which, as its name implies, is not a tasty mushroom. Or rather, it apparently is incredibly delicious, but it's the last thing that you tend to taste. So if you see one of these out there in the woods, everybody, do not go collect mushrooms without knowing what you're looking at. And these types, unless you're an expert, really good to just identify for yourself on iNaturalist and move right along. So those are the death caps there. But another mushroom, maybe down like this level, this one here in front of me, if you had something like that, that could be, let's just imagine it's a tasty bolete mushroom. This could be the top of a porcini, which is absolutely delicious. No issues there whatsoever. So yeah. I see you just doing all sorts of mushroom reactions there.
I am.
Emily. Yes.
Pat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Won't mentioning. Yes. So knowing what type of tree, what type of soil, all these different differentiating features about mushrooms is critical. So yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep. Emily, this is incredible. The amount of work.
As well, in our little mushroom forest here, sprinkled throughout, there are also
some butterflies,
some monarch butterflies. PG representing Butterfly Town, USA.
And those are definitely an example of an animal being heavily affected by climate change. I just went to our monarch sanctuary, Emily, and only saw 2 of them myself at the moment. They might not be here yet, but yeah,
Yeah.
there's been a severe decline of the butterflies in our local area, largely due to climate change. They migrate so far that they're heavily impacted by lots of the changes that are occurring there. But I love
Yeah.
these, Emily. Can you tell us more about monarchs? Sorry, I've been talking a lot.
Yeah, monarchs. I know that we were talking about bird migrations before. Monarch butterflies are also an animal that make huge migrations, and that are highly dependent on specific areas. Pacific Grove being one of them, where they go and they overwinter there, and they kind of clump up on the branches of the Monterey. It's the Monterey pines over there.
Yeah,
So I decided to put them here in our little Monterey pine forest.
I love it. Yeah, there's a grove of eucalyptus over there as well, if you're ever in the area trying to find where it is. But yeah, that's where those monarchs are hanging out, and there's huge bushes of milkweed there too. Little monarch sanctuary just a little bit down from the aquarium.
Real quick, I saw
cool.
that some people had to head out for the day, so I thought I would put the dream address code in there.
Oh yeah.
Before folks disappear, so I threw that in chat on Twitch. Give me 1 second, YouTube, and I will put that in the chat over there too. Bang. Cool. We also had a question, if I can find it again. How is the penguin population doing on our island here? Good. It has increased by 1.
Nice. Congrats, Em.
Thank you. So we now have, hold on, let's see here. We have 5 penguins on the island now.
5 pingus.
5 penguins. I guess the easier way to do that would have been to do this, which also has our dream address code. I'm smart, I promise. Yeah.
Yay.
So we had Rolled before, as well as Wade, Hopper, and Sprinkle, but Cube is our newest penguin. Yay.
Oh, Cube. That's funny.
Yeah.
It's got the crosses for eyes. X marks the spot.
He's a very, very good friend. You can kind of see the molas a little bit better from the map.
Yeah, the molas from up here, Emily. This is so cool.
Yeah. So there are three hidden molas.
I know.
You can see 2 of them pretty well. The third one was in the maze. The center of the maze is a mola as well.
Mola? That's so great. It does also look like that mola there, the lake mola, could also be a sharp-tail mola that has pierced its way through into the sea.
Do you want to see the last surprise that I have on the island?
Yes, let's do it.
Sorry,
I thought there was something in the chat we wanted to talk about. Nope, I don't see it. All right, Emily, I'm following you.
Yes. Well, I guess there are a couple more secrets here. We'll go to. Oh no, I sat down on a mushroom. Come on, there we go.
Little toadstool.
Little toadstool.
I want to be like Frodo in Lord of the Rings, Emily, and just say, "Go ahead, keep your secrets." But we're gonna go see some secrets.
Yes.
Yes, we've been shared that meme.
We got our Point Sir Lighthouse over there.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then if you hop across that little, oh no, there we go. That little narrow strip there. And then go
Nice.
that way. We have a little star viewing area.
Oh, we have some more music from ZZ.
From ZZ, yeah, of course.
Yep.
But then do you have a ladder, Pat? Otherwise we'll hop back across.
I do have a ladder.
Okay. Just use that ladder to go down there. Do.
Hello, I would like to use my ladder here,
You have
please.
to go to a squared off part in order to go down.
I'm stuck.
I believe in you. You can do it. You can. Okay, maybe I don't believe in you.
I just hopped to
You
the
can-
other side somehow.
You can go down right there. Turn. There you go.
I didn't want to step on your flowers, Emily. You know how I am.
I know. You're being respectful, and I appreciate it.
Am I? So, off we go.
So then over here, we have Hopkins.
Hopkins Marine Station. Hey, that's amazing, Emily.
Yay.
So Hopkins Marine Station, everybody, is where the 4 founders of the aquarium spent a lot of their time. We had not only Chuck Baxter on our founding team, who was the invertebrate zoology professor over at Hopkins. We also had Steve Webster, who was the invertebrate zoology professor over at San Jose State. And we also had Robin and Nancy Burnett, who were PhDs and other staff at Hopkins. And then we also know that Julie Packard, our director, she got her degree from UC Santa Cruz, but has also spent quite a lot of time looking at the algae over there at Hopkins because it's a very common study site there. Mm-hmm. Awesome job, Emily. Look at all this. It's so cool. This is the dive deck drying area, right?
Yes.
Yes. That's so awesome. Little wet tables and stuff. Oh, and the library. That's right by the ocean.
Yep.
Nailed it.
The comfy couches that they have in the library and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and then over here is where you would end up, so in this proper orientation, over here is where you'd end up having all the harbor seals. If you've ever seen one of our harbor seal rookery photos, there's a beach right there next to Hopkins where the library is, where you have a lot of harbor seals that come in to pup. So during that pupping season, you'll often have volunteers from NOAA and the sanctuary out there interpreting with binoculars and telescopes, and that's a whole lot of fun. So if you're ever visiting the aquarium area during that pupping season, you just go down the bike path a little ways past Hopkins, and then you'll get to a beach. Yeah, Emily's looking right at it. Get to a beach where there are all of those seals, harbor seals, hanging out and having their little pups. I don't know if any of you folks in the chat have ever gone to see that, but it's pretty fun. Emily.
Yes.
Of these 500 hours that you've put into this game, how many of them have been within the last 3 days? Because that I feel like you somehow put 200. I feel like you put 200 hours into this yesterday. It's incredible.
No, the last 3 days has only been like 2 hours, and that's been mostly cleaning up my beaches because they were my storage area, because I spent all my money moving houses and bridges, and then right after I did that, the new update came out saying that you could buy more storage for your house, and I cursed the heavens because I had just spent all of my money. So right now we're saving up. We're saving up for that. But yeah, if you visit our island on the Dream Address, there are some more little secrets and little surprises for you. So you can check that out and discover them as you want to. And also, I should have counted all of them. There are over 50 ducks on the island. I should say there are quite a few ducks.
There's over 50 ducks.
I want to give a huge shout out to Susan, who is one of our aviculturists at the aquarium.
R2 Gen 2.
R2 Gen 2. She has been hanging out in the chat with us, and she's been on stream a couple of times for games with us before. In fact, she was on Tuesday with us. For Among Us, but I do not have the decoy duck DIY, and it saddens me a lot because ducks, obviously bird nerd. I need this, but I was obsessed with the ducks, and so I brought her a bunch of wood, and she crafted like over 50 ducks for me. Joel, another one of our colleagues, crafted a bunch of ducks for me as well. So between the two of them,
that's awesome.
I now have over 50 ducks on my island, and it makes me very, very happy.
That's so cool. Oh man, you've just put so much work into this, Emily, and obviously hope everybody enjoys the fruits of your many hours there, Emily, with that dream code. That's super, super neat stuff.
Yeah, and I'll update the dream code as I finish the island. I just after such a wonderful stream on Tuesday with so much support, I wanted to give everybody a little gift. And so even though it is not done, this is our gift to all of you, our dream address.
Great job, Emily.
I hope you enjoy it.
That is awesome. Hey, so at this point, Are there any animals that we need to be trying to find here for December? Do you need to fast forward us, or are you going to stay at this time?
I mean, we could fast forward us. We didn't catch everything that there was in November either.
Okay. Should we try for sturgeon or something?
We can, yeah.
Okay.
So we can.
Is that what we want to do?
Sure. Why not?
Let's do it.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that I have my ducky fishing rod.
You can't vault across this one, apparently. Correct?
No, we'll have to go up and over. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I'm just going to go to the other side.
We're gonna see if this fish here
No, I'll just hang over here.
decides to. Oh, come on! I believe in you. Maybe I don't believe in you.
Well, yeah, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to this educational gaming stream here on the Monterey Bay Aquarium, Twitch, and YouTube. If you're watching, thank you so much for being there. We've got a full playlist and VODs of these Animal Crossing streams, especially for you folks over there on YouTube. We're on episode 36 of Hello Fellow Squids, and we don't have that many in that playlist over on YouTube. So come on over to Twitch if you want to watch all of them. But thank you for being there. And yeah, shout out to Emily for all of the hard work she's put into this island that you all get to come and visit now. We also have streamed more Abzu and had special guests in Animal Crossing in those VODs if you want to go watch those. And see some more of the stuff that we've talked about on this educational gaming platform that we've been trying out in quarantine here.
Yeah. I forgot. I saw a question a while ago from Lady Boo Holmes, curious about if Mbari has ever worked with Scripps Institute of Oceanography before. And yeah, all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you tend to find a lot of collaboration between the different marine institutes across the country. Especially if they're close by here on the West Coast. So we do a lot of work with them, with Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute. We do work with University of Washington. They're another one of the colleges that we work really often with.
Yep. Yeah, it becomes a very small world after a while. You know, once you think about marine science, and then you think about who's doing deep sea research, and then who's doing deep sea research here locally. Oh, Emily.
First try.
Emily. You. Okay, I'm coming over. I'm going to show you what I just caught. And this is going to be our new GG Gups moment.
GG Gups, did you get a goby? It kind of looked like a goby butt hanging out over there.
Well, you don't get to know, because why don't you just gloat about your freaking sturgeon over there while I just come over and be equally impressive with what I just caught. Tell us about that sturgeon, Emily. Seems cool.
It is cool. So this little fish friend right here. Oh. They're another one of those just like evolutionary marvels. So typically, you know, when we talk about fish, we're talking about them in terms, or like when we classify them in terms of being bony fish or cartilaginous fish. So you have your osteichthyes, those bony fish, and then you have your chondrichthyes, the cartilaginous fish. The cartilaginous fish, you've got, you know, like your sharks and skates and rays and chimeras and everything hanging out over there. And then for your bony fish, they're pretty much every other fish that you can think of. They're likely a bony fish. But this sturgeon here is kind of this like prehistoric in-between fish, where it's kind of cartilaginous but also kind of bony. So its skeleton kind of changes over time there. You can also see that on its back it has a singular dorsal fin, which indicates that it is much evolutionarily older than most fishes. When you look at different kinds of sharks out there, you know, the ones that have a singular dorsal fin, like our 7-gill sharks at the aquarium, tend to be more ancient sharks than, say, like your very modern, like great white sharks or even leopard sharks that have the two dorsal fins. So that's a big indicator of where it kind of falls on that historic scale, as well as the shape of its caudal fin, that tail fin. Most fish, unless you are a shark, have a homocircle caudal fin, which means that your upper lobe and your lower lobe on that caudal fin are equal, homo. They are the same, versus sharks. Most sharks have heterocircle caudal fins, so they have a larger lobe on top and a smaller lobe on the bottom, which is what you see over here in our sturgeon as well. But because in its adult life it has a much more ossified skeleton, it's not really a cartilaginous fish in the way like sharks are. It's not really a bony fish in the way that bony fish are. So it's just this like happy little medium right there. And if that wasn't enough for being just like in the middle, I can't decide what I am, it also spends part of its life in freshwater and part of its life in saltwater too. So it's just kind of it's one of those fish that couldn't make up its mind of what it wanted to be.
But it's just so skewt, Emily.
Do you want to talk about scutes, Pat?
Well, you're the one holding it, and I'm really pretty impressed by the fact that Monterey's hands aren't completely sliced open from its defense mechanism, its armor that it's got on the side there. How are you holding it, Emily?
I don't know. I have to be wearing like Teflon gloves or something right now. So scutes are those little pyramids that you see along its sides and along its back, and those are ossified. So those are very, very hard and very, very tough. And yeah, if you were holding a sturgeon, your hands would get chewed up right now. As a defense mechanism, it has those scutes along its sides. You can also see that it has what looks like a little mustache hanging down. Those are sensory bits that it has there to find food, hanging out in very murky, muddy areas. Very similar to the way that like catfish have those little danglies, those little barbells hanging down from their mouth there.
Barbells.
Yeah.
They're always working out, you know. Got barbells up to their face.
Gotta ring that barbell. Yeah, Fiore, my hands are working ladies' hands after all the cleaning up that I.
That's right. Yeah, thickly
island.
Calloused. Yeah, you're doing great.
That's very true.
I just looked up that question. Whoever asked about when the evolution was of these various organisms, which came first, sturgeon or lungfish. I forget who asked that. I didn't see Arapaima. Lungfish are way older than sturgeon, apparently, by a couple 100 million years. Or as far as the ancestors thereof. I did not see Arapaima in there. But sturgeon are a little bit newer, but still, they were kind of they were becoming a newer they've been around for a very, very long time. They've been a new thing for a long time. That's what I'm trying to say. What am I trying to say? Anyway. Let's see. Can't seem to find Arapaima evolution very quickly. Anyway, Emily,
I wonder
sturgeons have been around for a very long time.
Yeah, keep on talking. I was gonna look at the Tree of Life website. Oh no. First I've gotta
You got to move your controller.
I got to move my controller. There. Oh no, is my controller not?
Oh, that's an excellent question. Why are sturgeon found in the river mouth if it's a freshwater fish? Sturgeon are one of those fishes that go in and out of freshwater and saltwater. A friend of mine, Kate Violet, was diving over at Point Lobos once out in the ocean, and came upon a very large white sturgeon. And the sturgeon that we have at the aquarium are white sturgeon in our Monterey Bay Habitats exhibit. If you look at our shark cam on YouTube, those sturgeons that you see there, those are white sturgeon. I believe the one that you're holding, Emily, is a green sturgeon, maybe, or based off of that. Different types of sturgeons out there. But my friend Kate saw a white sturgeon out in the Monterey Bay diving, and that is a fish that then swims into estuaries and bays and into rivers to reproduce. So it's one of the I'm blanking, right? It's anadromous, right? It's not a catadromous.
Yeah, it's anadromous. Yeah.
Okay, thank goodness.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's what? Yeah.
So I had that panic moment the last
spawning in the freshwater, living in the saltwater.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there are some sturgeon that live in freshwater their entire lives too.
Yes.
It's just kind of like
very
salmon.
true.
Yeah, there are salmon that live in freshwater too. Sorry, I was looking at the one Zoom Tree of Life to see if I could figure out who
Oh,
came
awesome.
first. Did you have the numbers for Sturgeon? How many millions of years ago they came
What I
around?
saw off a very quick search was around 200 something million years old.
Well, that doesn't help. So Arapaimas are, it doesn't have an exact date, but it's after 238 million years ago, so around 200 million years ago.
So
Too.
similar.
Similar. Let's
And
see
so
if
then,
we
yeah,
can
lungfish
find...
apparently branched off way before. Interesting. How big is the sturgeon at the aquarium? It's pretty sizable. It's one of the larger fish that we have at the aquarium. I think it's over 7 feet long. They can grow to be over 10.
Yeah, it's like 12 feet long is the
Yeah.
largest. Yeah. So yeah, it looks like lungfish came first, and then the arapaima, and then the sturgeon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, if we're just gonna, lump a lot of sturgeons together, a lot of these fish together, not be too specific, would that make us sturgeons general? Appreciate it. I'm actually really glad. Fun fact, everybody here who's watching on the stream, is that we do have a soundboard, but the soundboard is in my house, and so during these gaming streams, Emily does not have access to the rim shot or crickets noises that are in that soundboard. And I just realized how blessed I am to just have it be silence, which makes me feel like I won, as opposed to you being able to queue up a soundboard. Although maybe we need to think about putting in wahs and other things in there later as we move on in the production. Anyway, thanks, Emily.
It's true. I'm going to throw the link in the chat for One Zoom, the Tree of Life website, which is one of my favorites, just in case someone wants to go down that rabbit hole.
It literally is like that, too. Your eyes will start to glaze together, and you're just zooming into evolution. It's incredible.
Yeah, I wish that tool existed back when I was in college and studying evolutionary biology. It would have been very helpful.
You think? You think?
Yeah.
I'm remembering in my marine science classes having to remember all of the names of the fish families and studying that all the time. Shout out Giacomo Bernardi at UC Santa Cruz. But yeah, sturgeons, Accipinceridae. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it. All fish families end in AE, in case you're wondering how to tell if you're looking at a family.
Yeah.
Idae is how all those fish family ends. Yeah.
Yeah. I loved my ichthyology class because I'm one of those people who likes making flashcards, and so I got to make flashcards for like literally everything in that class. And mammalogy, it was so wonderful. I just recently got rid of those cards because, it's been a decade since I've been in college. So I finally I had one of those Marie Kondo moments where I was just like, it used to spark joy. It still sparks a little bit of joy, but I can let them spark joy elsewhere. Because the internet is much better now. I can make digital flashcards now, something I could not do. So I had a stack of probably close to 500 flashcards that I had for ichthyology to memorize all of the orders and families and everything. And the good days.
I remember. Yeah, similar times. Jerbear shark lineage is older than sturgeon, correct? Yes. It's by double. At least there, around the 450 million year mark is when what would become a shark starts showing up. How's the population of sturgeons in Monterey Bay? Asked over there on YouTube. Not as good as it should be. They're an example of a fish that was heavily impacted by lots of environmental degradation on top of merely being caught for their eggs and flesh and so on. So yeah. Those big fish have really struggled along our coast from a lot of the exploitation of them.
Yeah.
Since the early 1800s. Yeah, I mean, Emily, I can't believe you caught a sturgeon right away. I should point out, though, that I also caught a fish.
Let's see it. Oh,
Booyah!
little goby.
What you think about that? Freshwater goby. GG gobies in the chat, everybody. GG gobies. Can we get some GG gobies in the chat right now? Because your boy Pat, fearsome fisherman in full force for you today.
It's true.
Look at all my GG gups. I remember that moment so well. God. GG Goby.
GG.
Well, right on, Emily. I noticed that it didn't say, yes, I caught a sturgeon, because this is not your first time catching a sturgeon, just the first time catching it on stream.
Just the first time catching it on stream. So I had to go to a couple of Nook Miles islands to help gather resources for some of the things for the island. And while I was there, I happened upon like 4 sturgeons in a row. So I caught them. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But now we have a sturgeon on stream.
But what we could say is that wasn't like a sturgeon caught for the very first time.
No, it wasn't a sturgeon caught for the very first time. Maybe
Did you like that? You like that wind up?
Yeah, I did. Pat, I wonder if sometime soon we can have Susan host us on her island.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
In her museum, something very exciting. She has, as of like 2 days ago, caught all of the fish in the game.
Whoa!
So she's
doing
doing much better than I am right now.
Nicely done, Susan.
Yeah, my Critterpedia is still pretty empty for the fish world.
I'll get it. If we weren't talking so much and like playing, we'd probably be further along in the game. But instead, we use this as a platform for education.
I mean,
thank you.
I could fish all the time by myself, but instead I wait until we fish together.
No.
And then in my own time, I just
terraform.
Put ducks everywhere.
Fish with your friends, terraform on your own. That's
true.
Our way. You heard it here first.
I don't know if you noticed. There's a seagull over here trying to eat all of the fish bait. Anyway,
I love it. I love it. You're getting so many compliments across YouTube and Twitch, Emily, on the island.
Thanks everyone.
Top tier.
It's one of those where I visited our friend Alan's island, and realized that I could do a lot better.
Whoops. Yeah.
I was so proud of Monterey Bay before, and then I went to Alan's island and I was just like, this is so good. So one day we'll visit Alan's island, and everyone can be impressed by the absolutely incredible, beautiful, just insanely detailed island that he has. One day Monterey Bay will reach those levels. Oh, Trooper, are you okay? There you go. Good girl. Yes.
Nobody on stream saw me miss the fish, Emily, by the way.
Oh, good. Yeah, no one did.
Nobody saw it. Nope.
Oh, good. Alan's still in there. Okay. Yeah. Yay.
Oh, random question. Where in the aquarium is the new Midnight Zone exhibit going to be? I've been trying to imagine where it's going to be since it was announced. LOL. That's an excellent question. It's going to be on your way to the lower part of the open sea window, and in that space currently occupied by Viva Baja. So that's actually some fun aquarium news. The Viva Baja exhibit is being broken down at the moment. The animals are finding their way to other homes, and our exhibit signage is going to wind up at a natural history museum, or is it an aquarium? Specifically, it's winding up in Ensenada. I'm forgetting right now, but they're over there in Baja. That's where our signage is heading to. So very excited. Do you know the facility directly, Emily? I can look at.
I don't know the facility directly, although I'm very excited about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the Viva Baja zone, and then on your way to the lower
Yeah.
part of the open sea window.
Yep. Part of Tentacles is going to be dedicated to it as well. So
That's
it'll
right,
be
that's
most of the first floor of the open sea wing is going to be for that new exhibit. Tentacles is still staying though. It's just going to be slightly smaller than it was before. So we're really excited to have that start. Alan, since you are still in the chat, if you want, you can drop your dream address code in there in case people want to check out your island for themselves too.
I go for it.
Yeah, go for it there, because it's absolutely just incredible.
Sorry.
Oh,
Finish what you were saying. I found the email about where the Viva Baja exhibit is going, or where parts of it are going.
oh, good.
Yeah, it's the Caracol Museum of Science in Ensenada, Baja California, Mexico. So Caracol Museum of Science.
Yay.
Sweet. Sorry, you were talking about other stuff while I was looking at other stuff. So.
Oh, that's okay. I'm just having fun over here emoting. I realized that I should have done this one when I was doing my bird calls before.
Awesome.
Anyway, Pat, have you gotten this one?
Caracol. Sorry. Let me put it in the chat.
You're too busy doing actual work. I'm just over here emoting. They have a new one that's perfect for us social media managers.
Oh, hey, wait. Let me get in front. Here, wait. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. All right.
Ready?
Yep. Oh yeah. Work it. Ooh, who's the fishing guy? Ooh, who's Ricketts from Punnery Row? I'm gonna go catch some fish.
Perfect. Work it.
That was good, right? We got it.
That was.
Okay, now do one for story. Do one for the story.
Okay. Ready?
Do one for the story.
And then a little bit over to the left.
Are you boomeranging? What are you doing?
Perfect.
No, I hate that. I hate that filter. Stop it.
Okay.
Did you remember the hashtag? Oh, the swipe up link isn't working.
Don't even that happen today, Pat.
I know, Emily. I'm sorry. Too soon.
It's too soon. It's too soon to make that
Too
joke.
soon.
Just.
Thanks for the sub. Lick the cow happy.
Yay! Thank you for
Awesome.
continuing it. Yay!
Oh goodness.
Anyway.
Here, can you Slack that to me real quick? Just I need to put it in our Dropbox. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Facebook changed their user interface again. I can't figure it out. Anyway, all right.
Pat, you made a typo in that tweet. You have to delete it, even though it already has 4,000 likes.
No, we'll just leave it up. We'll just put the see. This is why we need an edit button. Twitter. Just do one of those.
Yeah.
Love the behind the scenes of the social media. What do you think about this meme? Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
It could be funnier.
Although,
Maybe not right
hey,
now.
everybody watching here on YouTube and on Twitch right now, come Monday, we have a meme ready for you. If the world doesn't change dramatically between now and then, but we made a meme.
Very
I
well
think you'll
good.
appreciate it.
So anyway, Pat, thanks for coming. I don't know. I feel like
Thanks for all of the amazing work that you put into this island, Emily. Thank you for all the molas. Thank you for making it Ricketts' lab. I'm so excited.
Maybe we can decide where should we put Mbari when I make that
Mbari?
account. Yeah. I mean, well, first
I
of
feel
all,
like it should be near the airport, thinking about how it's near the harbor. You know?
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know if you can build there.
Well, I can build because I can put it on the beach.
Oh, you can put it on the beach.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we should
So I was
definitely put it on
thinking,
the beach.
So I can put it right here.
Oh, yeah. No, totally. No, because some of you folks out there may not know that Mbari was originally the building that that Emily and I used to work in together. But our offices used to be in. Did you just cough, or were you crying too?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're.
I'll do better.
Okay, good. No, because I seriously thought that I went and you went, which is appropriate too. But yeah, so our office 160 in Pacific Grove, across from a few like Happy Girl Kitchen is over there. So those are that used to be Mbari before the Loma Prieta 1989 earthquake happened. And what ended up happening is that a lot of businesses were built up on where Sandholt Road is over there in Moss Landing, which is up on the dunes there, and the ground liquefied during the earthquake, and a lot of those businesses there lost their building, and nobody was selling or anything, and so David Packard actually bought the land there at the same price that it was worth previous to the earthquake to help out the businesses and other homeowners that were there. And then they reinforced the dunes there to be able to hold Mbari now in that location where it is there. So originally where we were was the deep sea section, and now it's just the place that tweets about the deep sea section. And Mbari is over 20 miles north of the aquarium over in Moss Landing, which is at the head of the Monterey Submarine Canyon, which is effectively the Grand Canyon underwater here in the Monterey Bay. It's about a mile deep with a mile of water on top of it. So that's where Mbari is now, right where it should be, at the mouth of the Monterey Bay. But our offices got some deep sea history.
Yep.
Yep.
Here we can go to the secret area. Don't disturb the ducks.
Are those artichokes? Those look like artichokes. They're roses, though.
They are roses.
But those are artichoke roses if I ever done saw them. Oh, coming along.
At a little pirate beach.
Secret beach!
Secret beach!
Secret beach. Go for a swim from Secret Beach.
That's true.
That's awesome. Emily, you did so good. Secret Beach.
Secret beach. Secret beach.
We found Le Trésor de Rackham le Rouge. I don't know why the first thing that came to mind was a Tintin book about pirate treasure, and maybe not the Pirates of the Caribbean or something that maybe more people would know.
Yeah.
Rackham le Rouge. If any of you have read that in chat, let me know. Hergé. Secret beach.
Secret.
Would we? Oh, interesting. Joe Miss 45 over there on Twitch had to work through loads of liquefaction after Christchurch earthquake. Yeah, that liquefaction of the sand is something I was reading up actually. Reading up on a very, very interesting theory about how quantum mechanics are really considered to be at the forefront of our scientific understanding of the world, Emily. But somebody, I believe it was XKCD, did a comic about how studying the flow of sand has eluded more people than that stuff. Like, we can wrap our heads around multiple dimensions and how space-time is warped, etc. But we can barely wrap our heads around about how sand works, which is just incredible to think about how something so seemingly simple when you go to the beach is actually incredibly complex in its dynamics, its role as a giant filter, as the tides go in and out, as habitat. It's just incredible. Sand. Shout out to sand.
Yep. I just recently watched a video about sand too.
Really?
Yeah. But it had to do with
was it called Sand Then Some?
No, mine was about
mine and Sand Then Some.
the how only specific kinds of sands can be used in concrete and making concrete.
That's right.
Yeah, and while you can find sand all over the world, in deserts and on beaches and in rivers and everything, the stuff that is created by water erosion is the preferred sand for making concrete.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Make it the shape of mountainous land.
I'm trying to remember what that where I was watching that. I go down a lot of YouTube holes often, so it was probably on
Emily,
YouTube.
I can't find where you went, but I do know that you exited right, and I've entered the night of being by myself over in the sea. I'm off to Never Never Land. Sorry, I had to bring up Sandman lyrics. I tried.
I found you.
Yay, here we go. Yeah, and actually some news for the Monterey Bay area that you may or may not have heard. You may have probably seen this when you're driving here. There's a sand mining plant that was in operation over here in the Monterey Bay for a while. And apparently there was a lot of sand mining back in the day along the dunes heading from Marina and Watsonville area over to the Monterey Bay. But that sand plant, if you had followed that story, is now shutting down. So that's some news in case you're ever driving by and you see there on the side of the road there that smokestack running. That was a sand mine. And sand is very, we use a lot of sand at the aquarium for our exhibits, and it's important to have the right type of sand because of the silica content that is in there, the glass that's in there. So especially for our shorebirds, if you have the wrong kind of glass composition in your sand, you can give your birds silicosis. This is also something that can happen with people if you happen to have too much there. So anyway, we use a lot of sand here in our area, but that sand mine that had been operating in the Monterey Bay is now closing down. And you may have seen it on your drive over to the aquarium is what I'm mentioning mainly there. There was a sand mine over there. So sand, not only just a thing at the beach, also very economically important back in the day.
That's true.
Also, sorry, Anakin Skywalker was in the chat and he's left.
He has left with all this talk of
sand.
Yeah,
I hate it.
It does. Hey, Paul. Friend Paul is hanging out in the chat right now.
Friend Paul is there.
Friend
Hey,
Paul.
Friend Paul.
Yay, Friend Paul. But you mentioned that Irate Wasps mentioned that there are businesses right now who basically their job is to sell and import sand from beaches to deserts. That is the thing, and vice versa too. So in Arizona, there is a sand mine that brings desert sand out to Southern California because erosion is so terrible down there that they have to basically replenish all those beaches that everyone goes and hangs out at. All those really popular beaches down in Southern California, chances are you're hanging out on Arizona sand. So
yeah, and there's there were and I don't want to wade into too many local politics here, Emily, but there has been a lot of debate over the years between Asilomar and Carmel, which beach has the better sand, the finer sand, the more refined sand. So you can read up on articles where there's just intense debate about the aesthetics of the sand between Asilomar and Carmel Beach. That was something we did an amazing walk many years ago with some folks at California State Parks over at Asilomar State Beach, where there are sand dunes that have been there for thousands of years that have been acting as an incredible habitat for so many shorebirds and everything. But you have very, very ancient sand dunes over at Asilomar. So we were over there talking about it, and the guide, the state park interpreter, mentioned that there is quite the debate over who has the better sand between our two beaches there. Yep, that's a hot take right there.
Well, Pat, believe it or not, we've been streaming for about 2 hours now.
Oh, well, I noticed that the sun is set.
That happened like an hour and a half ago.
That's true. I guess I'm just not realizing that.
Okay, maybe not an hour and a half. I might be exaggerating that, but
Oh, and thank you, Captain Halibut, for actually translating the name of the Tintin book that I was mentioning, Rackham's Red Treasure. I only read it in French, so. Sorry, what was that, Emily?
I don't remember.
Literally bringing sand to the beach, look the cow happy. Yes. Yep. You know, that's really something. You know, there's so many things where. Oh, umbrella octopus, Emily.
I got very excited about it.
Yay! That's so awesome. We're gonna call this one Opisthotuthis adorabilis on this stream. Although it's probably more of a Dumbo octopus, but Opisthotuthis adorabilis is the adorable flapjack octopus that was discovered here. Is likely the California species, or the Monterey Bay subspecies, I believe, or species, full species that we have out here. I got an oyster, so that's awesome. The dynamics of sand, and just when you come to the coast and you see what you see in front of you, it's so easy to think that all of it comes from where you are, right? That's just what makes perfect sense. But when you're here and eating seafood, as an example, there's a really good chance that seafood, depending on who collected it, that seafood was halfway across the planet just a couple of days ago before it comes to you there. So the clam chowder that you're eating with an ocean view, those clams aren't necessarily from that ocean. That's why it's so important to know about your local seafood consumption, know who's buying the seafood, how it's being prepared, and then especially what kind of seafood it is. So when you're somewhere along the coast and you're thinking, oh, like this is a marine themed this, or even the sand that you might be walking on, once you start digging into it, you start realizing that, there's a lot of things going on here where what you're looking at isn't necessarily how it, quote, is meant to be. And that's one of the lessons that you get from the Kaylin Roberts book that I mentioned, and the Death and Life of Monterey Bay, like Emily was mentioning. Those books really kind of talk about the shifting reality that we all kind of live in as every generation shows up thinking that what they see is one category or another of wild or not, and how that changes perceptions over time. So even the sand that you're walking on might be from a different place because of a very interesting story. Mm-hmm. I'm not really sure what the point of that entire ramble was, but I liked talking that whole time, so it's a win for me.
Yeah, I sometimes feel like that after many of our streams is just, I don't know what the point of that ramble was, but we had fun doing it.
I mean, as long as the people aren't like yelling in the chat about it, pretty good. We've got someone who's even saying that they're loving it, so okay, perfect.
Excellent.
Yeah, and yes, Sapphic Heart, yes, digging into it. Yes, you got it. Does the ramble have to have a point, though? No, it's just vibes.
Pat, where'd you
wow. We haven't caught anything with a king.
We haven't.
Can't bring up the wahs yet. We're having a wonderful time. Great job, Oyster. I'm on shore. Sorry, Tiktaalik. Oh, dear, a whale. Are we diving?
I don't know. What do you feel like
vibing?
Doing? We can keep on diving, or we can save stuff for next time and do some December stuff.
I don't know. Does mining sand affect sea turtle nesting, Emily?
Yeah. Absolutely.
100%.
100%. Yep. Sea turtles
pretty
nest
much
in that. They need that. Please don't take it.
Yeah. We don't have, as far as I know, any. We don't have any nesting turtle beaches in our area at the moment. I do know that there's Olive Ridley's and others that have beaches down in Mexico, but I don't think that they're anywhere near making it up here yet. Water's still too cold. But there are definitely areas where sand extraction is, contributing to that erosion that Emily was alluding to as well. And then also removing a critical habitat for egg incubation of those eggs from the sea turtles. So yes, absolutely.
Yep. Have we talked
That's
about
great.
temperature-dependent sex determination on stream?
No, I don't think we've talked about temperature determined
Temperature-dependent sex determination.
temperature dependent sex determination. Yes. Not temperature determined sex defenestration or whatever I was about to say. Wait, what did I just say? That's pretty funny. Wait, temperature dependent sex defenestration.
Oh boy.
Depending on what temperature
booey.
it is, people are hucking boys or girls out the window. No. Okay. Temperature determined sex.
Temperature
Dependent sex determination.
Yeah.
Talk about it, Emily. Tell us about it. How's it work?
So basically, depending on how far down in the sand your little turtley eggs are, and what the temperature is of that sand, down deeper in the sand, obviously it's going to be cooler, and then closer to the surface, it's going to be warmer. You get different genders, and
I'm cooler, sand. What's up?
Pat, I'm gonna mess this up, or I'm gonna second guess myself. The boys are the ones that we get from hotter temperatures, correct?
Yes, I believe so, because I think that the coal. So there's a certain temperature that that needs to basically start creating the or getting the enzymes working to fully change the sex. I think that's why. And then because the just standard is female.
No, it's different. It's the opposite. It's the
opposite.
I just looked it up because I didn't want to get it wrong.
Okay.
Eggs that incubate below 81.6 Fahrenheit will be male. Above 87.8 will be female. There we go.
Okay, but it has to do with the it's like it's an enzymatic thing, right? Anyway, we probably don't need to look at it. But yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so it has to do with that temperature. The temperature basically activates that change there. So yeah, keep going, Emily. Sorry.
No, I mean it happens in a lot of different reptiles.
Different sexes, yes.
The temperature dependent sex determination, and it's something that's being studied a lot right now, and something that's a big concern, especially as the global average temperature rises, because obviously that's going to skew the ratio of the genders there, and it could skew it in a way that we end up only hatching naturally female sea turtles. Unless it happens over a very slow amount of time and they can figure out parthenogenesis in the meantime, that's going to be,
and what's parthenogenesis? Emily?
Parthenogenesis is when a female doesn't need to mate with a male in order to reproduce. She can basically just like clone herself. She can just make little mini hers all the time, which is wonderful. And it happens with, it's actually pretty neat. In the animal kingdom, it's not just limited to like reptiles or fish or, it's certain groups of animals, but you see it happening in many different parts of the animal kingdom there. So like sharks, there are some species of sharks that the females can basically just create more of themselves, no matter if there's a male around or not. Us humans haven't quite figured that out yet, but the sea turtles haven't quite figured that out yet. Lots of animals haven't figured parthenogenesis out yet, but
one of my favorite stories around parthenogenesis is the Amazon mollies, which you folks may or may not know about. Where it's this type of fish from South America that did not have any males known for a long time, and they discovered that at some point, if you're mating, cloning yourself as a female, eventually you wind up with issues where you need more genetic diversity to prevent bad mutations from showing up in your population. And so these scientists, after like I don't know how many years it was a long time, they finally witnessed one season, like 1 year, where suddenly there were male Amazon mollies, and there was this crazy basically orgy of chromosomal changes and swapping and genetic diversity increase for just that one generation, and then they went back to being parthenogenic and being regular old Amazon mollies with no Amazon mows anymore. And that apparently just happens with this, and I forget the name of it in genetics, but it's something's ratchet, where every generation that is inbreeding or cloning, there's a decrease of genetic diversity that can lead to some pretty damaging results.
Yeah.
And so that's why you need that one generation kind of kickstart the whole thing back over and then go right back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, your story about mollies just reminded me about when I was gonna say I was a kid, but I wasn't really a kid at the time. I guess I was a teenager. But my sister, when she left for college, she decided to have some fish friends because those were the only pets that they were allowed to keep inside of the dorm rooms. So she got a couple of fish, and they were both mollies, but one was named Molly because, why not? And the other one was named Gandalf. And it turns out that Molly was in fact the male and Gandalf was the female, because all of a sudden Gandalf got pregnant and had Molly's babies, Molly babies inside of my sister's tiny little, dorm sized fish tank. And so when she came home, she brought all the babies with her, and Mollies have an abundance of fish babies. And they give live birth. And so all of a sudden we went from having 2 fish to having like 37 fish.
Wow.
Very quickly had to get a very large fish tank at home to care for them. But yes, we will forever remember Gandalf, the pregnant Molly fish. Will forever live on.
Will remember you. That's amazing. Just to answer some questions that were up there a little bit further, are there concerns from Lady B Holmes? Are there concerns that increasing global temperatures will influence the sex ratios? Yes, that's exactly the problem that people are finding, is that you're going to, with hotter and hotter beaches, have fewer and fewer males produced. And so you're going to wind up with a whole bunch of sea turtle females with no males. And so that is definitely a concern. And then wilderness gay, you mentioned it there. Yes, there are also some areas where just making the beaches look prettier by bringing in different sand can affect the ratio, because you really have to be able to get down deep enough to get to those colder temperatures, and messing up the sand also messes it up for the digging for the sea turtles. So yes, that is that's all very, very interesting stuff. And thank you for finding, yes, Molars Ratchet. Thank you, Desiree, over there on YouTube. And also Fiore. I liked it first when you said Fiore Mullets Ratchet, because not only is that a great fish pun, but it also means that that was science information in the front and then a party in the back, right? The Mullets Ratchet. Anyway, sorry. And Desiree Zuck over there on YouTube wondering about diving at the aquarium. Yeah, once the aquarium reopens to the public, you can be a volunteer diver there. So if anyone out there is looking to help feed some fish, clean some windows, yeah, scientific diving is a great path towards volunteering at the aquarium. But no opportunities there at the moment while we are still closed. Emily?
Pat,
I see you.
I've completely lost you. But
I just saw you. Stop running.
Okay.
Oh, I tried to. Yeah, there we go. Hey, I'm back.
You can do the. Hold on. Oh, I don't know if you can do it in the sand. Hold on, come here.
Oh, I did.
Come here. Come here.
What?
I have to find it. Oh no! Oh no!
You ran through your flowers.
I ran through my own flowers.
You did it. I did it. I'm not a terrible boy. It's Emily today.
Oh no!
Yay.
Oh no!
I mean, I'm sorry. Oh, that's so sad. Oh no! It's no longer me. I'm not the only one.
There,
Sorry about that back there. I kind of lost my mind.
I changed it to be accurate there. But you can do slides in the game. There you go.
Oh no, I was trying to do the slide in the sand, but then I watched the replay on Twitch, and the syncing, it missed the slide when I came to join you. So.
Oh.
In any case, Emily, it's almost 6 p.m.
It is. We should stop. We should. It's the weekend. Yay! All that jazz.
Yeah, I don't know when we started, but it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
The terrible wah.
The terrible wah. I can
you changed your name.
I did.
See, that's why we keep you. That's why you keep you around, Emily, because while I'm just out wandering the clouds of my own mind, you're detail oriented for all of these things. This is perfect. Oh, it's been 2 hours and 18 to be exact. That's
it
right.
has. It has. Well, thanks for ta-da! Thanks for hanging out on the new Monterey Bay Islands.
That's right. Ooh, I can do Glee. Yay!
Yay! We did it. We did a stream.
We did a stream.
It has been a while since we've done an Animal Crossing stream.
It's been a minute. So thank you everybody out there who has been supportive of this content, for spending some time with us, learning more about the world through Animal Crossing while the aquarium is closed. We've been doing this for many, many months now, and we appreciate all of you folks still being there. And thanks for bearing with us while we figured out how we can continue to stream Animal Crossing and hang out with all of you. So thank you. Again, I gotta say thank you to everybody that was there on Twitch for Giving Tuesday, for all your donations during that. That was incredible. Thank you again for last Tuesday. For everybody that is watching on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in there as well. Make sure to like and subscribe over there so that you know when we are gaming next. And same here on Twitch. Thank you everybody who has subbed and follows us here. Amazing. Yes, Emily has the Nightbot command there going with the dream code. If you want to go visit Monterey Bay Island, come and see this marvelous piece of engineering that Emily put together here. Take a look at the dream code there.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Pat, stay right there.
I'm sticking.
I forgot to show off my favorite emote of
Your
all.
favorite emote.
That's a new one that exists.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Wait, are you just meditating?
No, dude. I'm smelling you.
You're so... No! Emily, you know that quarantine is difficult. I'm sorry, I just went in the ocean. It was really cold and
It is. It's meant so that you can like smell the flowers and everything, but it's just the best.
It's pretty.
It's
good job,
so
everybody. Good job, Animal Crossing.
Hold on. Just stare at. No, come closer. Come closer. Just and then turn and face the camera if you wouldn't mind. There you go. There you go. And then we're just gonna.
I'm gone. I'm leaving. I'm out. Can't handle that. Too much. Nope.
So anyway, this has been.
Smell you later, Emily.
Don't you turn your nose up at me, sir.
Oh, I mean, you're one for the cheap nos thrills on the stream.
So anyway, this has been the Monterey Bay Aquarium streaming live on YouTube and Twitch.
Don't tell anyone. Don't tell our boss.
Quick Spurs, thank you so much. I really hope that that was the reason that you subbed up again on Twitch. Yes.
Oh, come on.
Anyway, it's been a lot of fun. I hope that some of you can come to the Dream Address and enjoy Monterey Bay Island. I'll let you know when I update it as it gets more and more completed. But it's been a lot of fun hanging out with you all again here in Animal Crossing. And then we'll figure next time we'll hop into December. And we'll look for some of those December fishes and critters that we have yet to catch yet.
Yep.
But
can't wait to go visit Susan's Island to go see all the fish.
Oh, we have to go to her museum and see all of the fish. That'll be very exciting. And then it'll be good times. All of the normal things that we usually plug at the end of the stream.
Yeah, no, just plugging everybody out there for being awesome. Appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the stream. And hope you learned something and had a good time. And we hope to see you again soon, streaming from the Monterey Bay to all of you out there in the world.
Hooray. Thanks, everyone. Be kind to
Awesome.
yourself. Be kind to each other. We love you. See you again
Bye.
soon. Bye.